Okay, so Pritchard figures out the hacker was being remote controlled by someone sending a signal from Highland Park. However, he also found out why the Seraph Industries network had been compromised. Now, I'm assuming this relates to the hacker, as Seraph calls us and tells us this.
Adam, it's David.
Let me guess. You're sending me to Highland Park.
Not just yet. Frank's figured out why the network's been compromised. There's a persistent transmission coming from Derelict Row.
Street gang territory?
Well, our dead friend was posing as an anti-aug. Who better to hide with than the D-Row ballers?
Right. I'm on my way.
His rationale is that the hacker was posing as an anti-AUG, so it seems normal to associate them with some type of anti-AUG gang. Now, I'm more curious about this persistent transmission. How persistent was it? Because Pritchard did some crazy cutscene kung fu with satellites and tracked down this disguised signal from the hacker, yet this redundant signal from one location took this long to figure out? I'm sure there's an explanation, but this is certainly not the lead we should be prioritizing right now, at least without more exposition from Pritchard, and certainly not David. Although what is good about this development is it may also be related to the security breach 6 months ago. Again, the narrative doesn't tell us. So we're off to find some transmitter or something in gang territory. Pritchard seems to be having problems with ethnic slurs, let alone general pronunciation, despite being an amateur writer, and if we saved him, we can meet up with Zeke.
Tink left the pocket secretary behind. Don't say who he was working for, but it's got access codes, names, shit like that.
Why are you giving it to me?
Maybe I don't like feeling like I owe you. Or maybe I figured I'd send a snake to kill a snake. Take or leave it, pendejo. Either way, my debt is paid.
And apparently he gives us a passcode from the hacker's leftover pocket secretary who screwed him over. But the main plot has already given us a lead, but he considers his debt paid. Zeke, you attacked a Seraph Industries facility, held people hostage, and you think a passcode to where we're magically already going is your idea of redemption. Well, it's mostly just a gameplay perk, so no real exposition or plot reveal. Guess it's better than nothing. Zeke, Alpha Team and Blue are not useful names, you moron.
God, you must think I'm some kind of moron.
Yes, for the love of... So, on our quest, we magically find a side story where we talk to Ashley, and surprise, surprise, she's also suddenly interested in gang territory. In a side story, hunting down some CIA guy or rogue specter, and she has her own plot where Adam poses as a hitman and goes along with her plan, and some other guy to find some evidence, and blah, 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 whatever. So, we're sneaking into gang territory, and Pritchard contacts us.
Jensen!
How can I help you, Francis?
You know why I'm contacting you.
The transmission that's making a mockery of your security efforts?
It's keeping a back door open into our network. None of us are secure unless you find the antenna that's sending it and shut it down.
For you, anything.
Okay, now if it's sending a signal to Seraph Industries network, all you'd have to block is every packet that's coming from that signal. It's referred to the hardware or MAC address. If it's making a backdoor from Seraph Industries, meaning it's sending data, then of course that's a problem. Either way, we gotta ask, how exactly is a repeating signal a backdoor? And if it's on a radio antenna, couldn't Malik just fly us over there after 2 minutes and we can bomb it or land on it or something? Also, what's stopping whoever's doing this from setting up another repeating signal? How the hell does a repeating signal even break security? I just don't get it. It's definitely not a DOS or a brute force attack. So, while listening to Three Dog ramble on about the evils of transhumanism,
Once they've done that successfully, they'll start slowly chipping away at our rights and freedoms. And in the name of what?
we knock out some gang members and find the guy and steal his stuff, drugs, a crossbow, find out there's some tie-in with FEMA, which is about as relevant as this side story gets, go back to Ash, tell her we'll knock him out for her, magically find him back in his apartment, punch him out, and then go back to Ash again.
Just like old times, eh? Good luck with... well, whatever it is your cute ass is working on these days.
Yeah, and let's hope the next plot you're involved in is even fractionally as relevant as this one. So, we finally get to the antenna, knock out two guys who are on the roof doing something, and we turn it off. Then Seraph contacts us saying the security hole is now plugged. Oh, okay. No exposition, no I wonder who set this up or what kind of tech they were using, or who the manufacturer was? Anything? Seraph then calls up Malik to come pick us up. Wait. There's a landing pad right next to the frickin' antenna. Are you joking? Why couldn't Pritchard give the coordinates to Malik in the first place when they're 2 meters away from each other? Did this idea escape him? Hell, she could have just rammed the damn thing with her jet-propelled Osprey. Was this one big excuse for Adam to run around and get shot at? And if it was all just to turn off an antenna with no exposition, no plot development, no forensics, why the hell didn't we just destroy it from the air? Like drop a grenade or two on it. This is the biggest and stupidest insult to the player and the dumbest, most rushed scene in the plot. Oh, but don't worry, it gets better. When you have a flying mode of transport that takes off like a Harrier and flies like one, you need to tell us why we can't just use this thing to get from plot point A to plot point B, especially when the goal of the plot at this point is just to destroy something on a rooftop. Maybe there's like AA towers or maybe security clearance.
Great. Detroit local. This is Seraph Industries Bravo Echo Echo 008. Continuing on.
See, something like that could have worked. This helipad is just taunting us. So she picks us up and flies us to where we really should have gone, Highland Park. At least I think it's Highland Park. They didn't actually say where it was. And we get a little cutscene where the plot suddenly is connected with the events from 6 months ago, I think. There's something about a Dutchman, and Adam recognizes these guys from the attack 6 months ago. Not the smoothest way to connect or uncover 2 conspiracies, or at least tie 2 plots together, but hey, after the rooftop antenna debacle, this is at least bringing Adam's plot together. The enemy is also aware someone is challenging them by interfering with their operation, that is, Adam stealing the neural hub. This motivates us and gets us excited as a result of Adam stating this, now that we have a better understanding of what's at stake, his revenge. This is the lead we should have followed immediately. Things get even more tense as the idle banter between the red shirt guards reconfirm that they're all out to get Adam.
I still can't believe he's dead. 3 months on the security free. Something blows it at the last minute.
You mean somebody, maybe even the same guy who got inside that morgue before we did.
Man, I'd like to get my hands on that brick.
You see the commander's face when he got back here. Something tells me you're not the only one who feel that way.
You know, if they actually know who we were and that we were there. Combine that with the slightly more upbeat sneaking music, and this is a really great form of suspense. We hit an elevator going down and get a cutscene. We contact Seraph and notify him this place is owned by FEMA. Ah, there's the connection. It doesn't make sense since Seraph deals with the government all the time. We then realize we're really getting in the thick of things the further this elevator goes down, as we notice various soldiers on patrol being ordered as we keep getting further and further down in the facility. Once again, this is a very good way of building up suspense by increasing the stakes. We then get into a semi-mini boss mode. Of course, this being a stealth game, we can skillfully avoid them. And then the real boss mode. Once again, despite Adam being a sneaky, nimble ex-SWAT, he lets a hulking brute get up behind him, then Adam turns right around, notices him, and then lets him slowly punch him in the face. What the heck is going on here? Sure, Adam probably doesn't want to initiate a fight of 3-on-1, but at least dodge the punch. Grenade, 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 grenade. Right before this Barrett guy dies, he reveals the next part of the plot to Adam. Why does he do this? Because Adam asked him to. This is referred to as the villain ball, which is completely idiotic. There was no reason for Barrett to tell Adam anything, even if he was trying to get him closer to him so he could initiate a suicide bomb. I mean, why didn't Barrett just say, "Get to Moscow, St. Basil's Cathedral, choir loft, tell them, I love Beethoven." And Adam would be completely lost and have to figure out the next plot coupon on his own. What they should have done is left a pocket secretary on his body, or a neural hub, or almost anything else that would progress the plot except this. Dear Mary, this is crap and you know it. So, we're in a rush to get picked up by Malik, and oh look, an elevator that goes straight to her. Well, wouldn't that have been handy? What are we playing, Skyrim? Aside from some really good tense moments and a small connection to the premise and Adam's plot, this has been one really stupid, magically contrived series of events. I mean, it's right next to the helipad.